Robert from A Modular. How are you today?
Hello. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm happy to be here at Superbooth again for the fourth time now, and it's always a pleasure to be with all these amazing friends and this awesome community.
Exactly. And what have you brought to Superbooth? What have you brought to Superbooth this year?
Yes, we have brought some new stuff. In general, our module palette has grown quite a lot. All in all, we have now 80 different modules, which is quite a lot, I think. And what's also amazing for me that we have several third-party developers who make modules also for this tiny format. Mm-hmm. It's four guys who make super interesting modules, and I'm always saying it's kind of the depth route. Defining a new module format and let it grow with a community. This is super exciting for me.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. What made you decide to start a new modular format?
It was I wanted to two things. I like tiny, compact stuff. This is my personal taste. Mm-hmm. And also I wanted to simplify modular synths as much as possible. Because I saw many people want to get into modular, but the price point usually is too high for them. And I thought this is a sad thing, because the bare electronic parts are not that expensive.
It's true.
And so I tried to simplify everything around to make a module out of these parts as much as possible, and this is the outcome.
Yeah, they look fantastic. So what sort of modules do we have here in this rack?
We have different oscillators. This is a dual oscillator. It's a hybrid, digital controlled but analog working. This is a classic VCO. This is a digital wavetables oscillator. We have a whole range of filters. We have a standard state variable filter, a WASP filter, an MS-20 filter.
Oh, very nice.
Also the diode filter, which is basically the 303 filter. And our latest is the Kuzmin filter, which is the circuit of the Polyvox filter. Excellent. I'm super happy about this. It sounds super angry and wild, and it's a super exciting filter. I love it.
Great. And can we hear some of it?
Yes. Let's start. We can start with a pad from the Solina module. This is the Solina running through a phaser. This is the classic old, this old school 80s space sound. I'm a big fan of Klaus Schulze, and this was the sound I was hooked totally when I heard it first many years ago.
It's very atmospheric.
Totally. Yeah, now let's bring in a sequence. Arpeggiator from the key step. Tremendous sound. And via the mute module I can add some drums, which are muted up to now.
Filter we're hearing there. What's the filter that you're changing?
This is the Kuzmin filter. It's basically the Polybox filter.
Yeah, it sounds lovely.
Absolutely, and it can go very crazy with higher resonance. Now you can add some distortion. Other stuff.
That's lovely.
It's a really, really wild filter.
Yeah.
It switches to band pass.
That's got a fantastic sound to it.
Yeah, amazing.
And so where do people get hold of these modules if they want to get started? Where can they get hold of them?
Yeah, we, for starters into the modular world, which is our main audience, of course, because this is a low-cost system and we have a lot of modular starters. We offer starter systems with a range of basic modules like oscillator, filter, envelope, delay, simple sequencer, and these are in a quite moderate price range. For example, the bigger starter system is 470 euros around.
Yeah.
It consists of a lot of modules, which enables you to make a lot of interesting stuff already. And then, according what you want, can you add the modules you really like.
And what would be the comparative price if you bought it in the normal modular range, say, for what you're offering?
I would say it's about 1/3 compared to your rack range.
That's really good, isn't it? It's like much more accessible to people.
Absolutely, and I'm happy that this really works. People appreciate this, to be able to get into modular now finally without having to sell their arms and legs.
So you have 2 new modules to show us. Let's have a quick look.
Yes, the one is not really a module, it's just a mixer, standalone mixer, the VMix 10, and it's especially designed for mixing Volca synths.
Okay, great.
Because we have seen there's a gap in appropriate mixers for Volcas, so we made this. It has 6 mono channels, 2 stereo channels. It has, as usual, pan and 2 effect sends, send and returns, and with return level adjustable, and a separate headphone amplifier. And also it has 4 output power sockets where you can power directly your Korg Volcas. And I think this is a great utility for all Volca users.
Right. Oh, yeah. Is it specifically for Volcas?
It's a general purpose mixer,
yeah.
But it has exactly the dimensions of a Volca, so it fits in every Volca stand and all this stuff.
And you have like mutes and sends for mutes and solos for each
yes, mutes. These are click-free mutes. No solos. It would be a bit too complicated. The space is limited on this.
Yeah. And when will this be released?
It is released already.
Okay.
And now the shipping has started.
Right. And how much does it cost?
It costs 145 euros plus VAT. So I think it's a quite nice price also in the Volca range.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might be a quite good utility.
Excellent. And do you have something else?
Yeah, the other novelty we have, we heard from a lot of users that they regularly switch their modules, rearrange their setup. So we see there is a necessity for flexibility of your setup, and just brought the idea up. It's an idea that came from the community, I must say.
That's awesome.
And it's the idea to make modules that are even smaller than this one, only 1/3 of the height, and that can be swapped out easily. So I can take this. It's kind of a counterpart of the 1U modules in the Eurorack world. And we have a range of utilities already. It's let's say an LFO or a double VCA or a distortion, a probability gate, and several other modules. And and then you can swap them super easy and add as you like.
Yeah, and is there a standardized socket that they all fit into?
Yes, it's a base, a carrier module, so to say, and you plug them simply in.
Excellent. Yeah. Wow, I'm really glad we looked at those. And so are you releasing these, or is the community releasing their own versions of these smaller units?
Yes, what's another great point I'm super happy about is that this modular format is also adopted by different other manufacturers already. In the meantime, we have 4 different manufacturers that make modules for this format. For example, you can see it over here.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, for example, here the Euclid Grid is a third-party module, or this 2Auto is a third-party module. And also, let's go back to our system. Here are this touch plate module.
Oh, that looks
and
nice.
There is a really vivid community making more modules for this format.
Right.
So it's an amazing trip.
Thank you.
And what's also nice, now we have released all our front panels also in black, because many people ask for it, and they look really cool.
Yeah, it looks great. I think they both look great. Well, thank you so much, Robert, for showing us around them.
Thank you too.
Thank you.